Hey guys and gals, it's Sweet Project Cars here with cool, trick, and affordable and simple ways for the do-it-yourselfer. We're here on a 2013 GMC Savannah cargo van, and we are going to show you a really super trick way to change your transmission fluid. You will love this. It works great on any vehicle. Follow along. Let's get started.
Okay, here's the transmission pan. We're going to be doing this by hand as much as possible. Here's the gig. There's no drain plug on this pan. Pan has to come off so we can change the filter. That's right, we're going to drill a hole in this pan. The self-tapping screw that we're going to use will also be the drill that will allow us to drain the pan. All right, we're underneath the Savannah 3/4 ton 2013 van, and we've already drilled the hole in it.
All right, you know I'm not going to rob you of how we drilled into the pan when the pan was mounted up into the vehicle. And when you do it, a little bit of transmission fluid will start coming out, but the minute you get it through, you just pull the plug back out and it'll drain out the way it's supposed to. Now, this is a different pan. We like to go again to the front of the vehicle. So all you do is pick a nice spot. You barely push. Let the self-tapping drill, as we call it, do the work. That's it. Now it's in. You just reverse it. Once you reverse it, pull your drill out of the way, fluid will start coming out of there.
And this allows you to drain the pan out so you can get the filter out without slopping oil and all that all over the place, because you'll end up doing it. That's just the way it is. This will keep you from having to mess with that mess. But when you put these back in, you use a hand wrench and you just snug it up. That's all you got to do. We've never had one of these leak, and I'm going to take the screw out. I just barely turned the screw in, and as you can see, it's not dripping. Let's take it out, drain the fluid out. All right, it's coming out, and we'll let that drain. And we like to put the plugs at the front of the pan because usually the front of the vehicle is lower and we'll have more fluid come out. And this fluid is in horrible condition. It's not red in any way, shape, or form. So we know the filter's got to be bad, and we're looking forward to looking inside the pan and cleaning it out to see how nasty that is. We'll drain that. We'll be back.
All right, guys and gals, we got the pan out, and this is why you want to keep your transmission fluid changed. There's your magnet right there. Let me zoom in on that for you. Look at this. It was shifting erratically, and we can see why now. The filter could not pick up any more fluid. That's where it picks it up right here. And when that's clogged, it can't pick the fluid up to make the transmission do what it's supposed to do. But look at all this garbage. And here's our hole that we drilled in right here. If I can get that up there for you, you can see that in the corner. This front lip goes over the crossover pipe of the exhaust. You would have oil all over you trying to get this out. So drilling that hole in there with our self-tapping screw with the washer on it allowed us to drain that out, pull the pan off, no mess, worked out great. We'll take a piece of the coarsest sandpaper you can find, go over the burrs, remove the burrs, take your paper towel or your rag. Now you can see the hole real well. But look at this magnet. Watch this. When you get a vehicle that has not been taken care of, and this is a 2013 with 200,000 miles on it, and make sure you remember to put this back in. A lot of people will put the pan back up there and forget to put the magnet in. You do not want to do that. Now that you've done the transmission fluid here, you'll drive it for a day or two and then drain all the oil out again and refill it with clean, fresh oil, because getting all of the transmission fluid out of the converter and all that is a real pain, and this is the only way you can do it. by cycling it through until you get it a nice bright red. Now I know a lot of you have different pans, some of you have drain plugs, some of you use a siphon system down through the transmission fill tube. Many of you have different ways of doing this. We're just showing you the easiest DIY way to drain that fluid out so you can get your pan out without making a big mess, change your filter, slap the pan back up there all cleaned up, fill it up with fresh fluid, pulling your plug out so you can add more fluid to it so that you can get it like this. Now I know some of you probably drain it through the coolant tube or however. We're just sharing with you our way. You can do it any way you want. This is what you want it to look like. Nice bright red. Once you get it looking like that or really, really close to it, then you're good to go. All right, it looks almost like a brand new pan, doesn't it? We cleaned it all up. That's why you never throw away your old rags. Put those in a special place for cleaning out messes just like that. So let's put the plug in and I'll show you how we do that. Now you take your little plug, and if you're going to drain this out, which you pretty much have to, you can skip doing this because you're going to pull this out a couple more times and do it on the last time that you flush more fluid through it, okay, until it's bright red. But I'm going to share with you how to do it now. I put it right on the threads, right up close to it. Doesn't take much. Just like that. And when you put it in, and these we have here take a 5/16. And you can see now it's starting to come out around the edges. I just touched, and I'm going to pull it down, just snug it up. That's it, and that will not leak. And there it is inside. Okay, you make sure, clean up your gasket, and most of them you do not have to use a silicone sealant on it. It'll go right back on. They're reusable. Now that's ready to go back in the vehicle, and we'll start putting our fresh fluid in it, run it for a day, drain it out, put it back in, run it for a day, drain it back out, and you'll do that as many times as you have to get that bright red color again. That's it. And make sure you put your new filter in, and make sure you put your cleaned up magnet right back there. And those divots are raised right here because it keeps the magnet up off the pan, so it will pick up underneath as well. Now, remember with our videos, you may not ever do this, but you're learning things that will help you in other areas of your vehicle. But it gives you a memory bank of, oh, I could do that on this vehicle, or I could do that on this, or I could use that method right there, partial method of it, and do something over here. That's what we're trying to share with you.